This is one of my favorite times of year, the NBA Finals. You got LeBron and Steph Curry. That's the marquee matchup, a rematch of last year from the finals. Everybody's anticipating whether, Steph Curry and God is going to beat LeBron and so forth and so on. So I was, sitting down thinking the other day, and I started getting like real technical, like looking at the matchups, like getting real analytical, like, okay, who's gonna guard who? How's the team constructed? What type of pace do they play at? What's the style? Those type of things. And as a very analytical person, I'm always analyzing, different things, and it got me to, thinking about, who's on your team. Everybody has a group of friends, a circle, a squad or whatever, and you really have to take into consideration what that person's role is. Everybody on your team are not the same. You have some people who are your stars. Those are your LeBrons, your Steph Currys. Those are people who are always there with you through thick and thin. Doesn't matter what happens, they're there one way or another. You got your key contributors. These are your people who you may not expect as much from them as the star players or your best friend, but these are people who you typically can count on and consistently know like that they'll be there for you. You also have your role players, and those are people who are specifically involved in your life for one thing, and as well as like your reserves. Those are like people who you may not be in contact with as often, but those are people who when it gets down to it, if you need somebody, you still have them, available, because you all still have that relationship. Now in basketball, as you progress through the season, you kind of determine, what do you want your team to look like? How do you want your team to be constructed? As well as, you figure out, maybe this person's not a good fit for my team. And as an individual, that's something that I'm always doing. I'm always evaluating. I'm always constantly, looking at, the people who are around me, because those are people who I, expect to support me day in, day out. Those are people who I, vent to. Those are people who I can depend on. And, people grow. People grow, and people are only a part of your life. Some for a season, some are life members, or lifetime members, or have lifetime allegiance to your team. And when you go through life, you always want to be aware of who's on your team, what role do they serve, what role do they play. Not only how they can contribute to your success or your life, but also how you can help them develop as being a friend. It's definitely a two-way street. When players come into the league, they have either they're good enough to be in the NBA and they work on their skills during practice and during the summer season, or they're sent to the developmental league. Either way, in order for somebody to be great and to achieve their potential, there has to be a developmental stage, and you as an individual have to be able to contribute something back to somebody. It's not a give, but it's also what can you give and what can you do to help benefit somebody else. As you grow, your friends should develop in value, and that speaks more so to ensuring that the people who are around you are pushing you to become the person that you're desiring to be. And what's most important about all of this is as you're constructing or as you're evaluating, your friends and so forth and so on. You need to be aware of who you are as an individual. Like, you have to know your strong points, you have to know your deficiencies, you have to know your areas of improvement, you have to know all these things. And kind of going back to basketball, there's typically a vision set for a team, and that vision is, implemented by the GM as how he constructs the team, who he wants on the team, so forth and so on. But as the head coach, you put people around you, who are, equally as knowledgeable or experienced, and those people kind of help, guide you and help, build you up to, arrive to, your destination. And my last point is, when you do go through adversity, because that's what this life is. You'll hit a lot of bumps in the road. You may be on a losing streak, basketball reference, or whatnot. But you may suffer some injuries, whatever. When adversity hits, you need to know when to trade a player, cut a player. Separate that person from your life. And that could be a difficult decision. I know there may be some emotional ties there, but at the end of the day, you really have to take the time out to look at yourself and what would best serve you. And if somebody's not adding value to your life, then you have to ask yourself, what is their purpose, in being a part of my circle or my team. So again, take the time to, hit that little button down there that says like, share it, comment on it. Definitely open to suggestions. Gonna see how how well it's received. Definitely looking forward to doing more blogs. So in the meantime, I'll see you all next week for another episode.